Hi, here's Lawrence, and welcome back to answer some questions about the PlayText. And I got an email. It's asking me about how to using the new Unity input systems to interact with the PlayText. And now here is the answer. You see, I already installed the input system, and it showed up like here. And right now, there is two way to do this. So I will introduce the first one is if we create let me find out where's the here. If we create a input action and we just call it some random name, call it player input, and then we'll open it up. You got a little windows like this, and we can create an action map called gameplay, which is the basic things of the input systems, and we can make a scheme called gamepad and add a gamepad which as the requirement, and we assign this to this action. We rename that um like OK, which is means the submit button. Actually, we can call it submit. And we assign the binding to gamepad, and we can select the path. And I can using listen here, and I wanted to listen my Xbox controller's A button, which is like here, but I will choose the button solve. So any other kinds of gamepad like Switch Pro controller or PS4 controllers, they can also be recognized. So I choose the button solve, and I save this as. Okay, so this one will be work now if we press some buttons, but we still need a function to handle the input. So if we go to the token manager and check this, scripts, and just wait a minute for the Visual Studio start up. Okay, and my Visual Studio is ready now. So we need to change some code of here to let it feed the new input systems. But I will show the first way to do that is making a like a public. Sorry, well, wrong spelling. Making a public function. Let's just call it dialog submit like that. And we put this inside the function, and just for demonstrations, so I will just comment all this up. I just want to show how to use uh this one. Okay. And then we go to wait a second. It's kind of flagging the Unity. Okay, so now we have a function to trigger the playtext.play, and now we need to using a player input function here, and we assign the player input action, this one, this action file we just create, to the player input component, and we choosing the behavior to invoke Unity events, and we go to events gameplay, and we got submit here. We press plus, and we assign the token manager itself, and choose the function which is in the token manager uh, dialog submit, and save and play and see if it works or not. Okay, so right now I'm binding the A button on my Xbox controller. So if I press it, okay, so you see it works right now. If I can actually I can show my oh, sorry for that. Actually, I can show my uh Xbox controller here, so you can see it. If I press A, and then you can see the changing is happen. Yes, the interact is happen. So this is the first way. And if you don't want to using the player input holder, also there is some bugs here. You're trying to read input using it seems like okay, it seems like the UI things which is here. If you're using the new input systems, you need to make sure that go to the event system and click here replace with the new input system module. And if we play again, we should not see that arrow pops up. Yes, you can see that. Yeah, no arrows right now. Okay, and then I will show how to using the second method. Okay, the second method is you double click the you don't need to double click this one. You just click it, and there is generate C# class here. You choose that and apply. Okay, then you will get a new player input C# scripts, and you don't need to change these scripts. And actually, I suggest you don't change anything in here because it's automatically generated by uh this one, this action. So if you change anything here, it might be works wrong, and it will show some quite uh, weird buggy. So we just leave it there, and we go back to our token manager. We add a using here, which is using Unity engine the what is that? I think it's called input system, but it's not showing here right now. So why we cannot see it? Let me see where is the token manager here. Yes, you can see that the token managers is here and is down in the PlayText assembly. So we need to go to PlayText scripts, and you see there is a PlayText assembly definition here. So we need to go to here and add uh, hit the plus button, and we need to choosing Unity. Oh wait, I can just search input. Yes, and you need to choose this one, Unity input systems, and hit apply down there. Wait a minute, and we can go back to our uh, Visual Studio and using Unity engine dot input system. Right now you can see it. Okay, so right now we can using the new input system, and then we need to define uh oh wait a second, this my Unity is just too slow. Okay, I'm back. Okay, we need to make a class for this one. You can see it calls the name here. The name is player input. It has an at the beginning, but we don't need to include that at sign. We just type player input here, and this player input is mean uh this one. We Is it this one? It might be. Okay. So let's just go on, and we can just call it p input. And when we start, let's make a wake function, and we need to let this p input equal to a new player input class. and we need to let this p input the what's that, gameplay? Yes, gameplay. But I think it's this one is not that one we are using in the we are using here. It's not one we auto generated. So maybe I need to rename that. The player input is not a good name, so I delete that one and I rename this to default input. Okay, so it generated the default input here. Okay, so we go back and we rename this to default. You see, it still cannot find the scripts we just made. Why it's so laggy? Okay, so we rename this default input. Okay, it seems like this is showing Chinese, but it means that it cannot find the class name. So right now this class is in the default assembly C sharp, and I think it should be included in here. I mean it should be included in the assembly definition here, but it is right now it's not. So there's a way to solve that. Is we can move this uh input things to somewhere like here to play inside with another assembly definition, or we can just make a scripts folder and put those in the scripts folder. And in the scripts folder, we create a assembly definition and we call it just basic. Uh, just a random name. And actually, I don't think this is a right place. So I make a folder and I copy. No, not copy. I move. Oh, wait a second. Okay, we move the basic and these two file into the basic folder. Okay, we go inside and yes, we should still be pump up, and it might be say that something is changing in your code, so you might be reload. You just hit reload, and we go back to Unity because we are not done yet. We go to PlayText, scripts, assembly definition, and we hit an add, and we call it. We add a basic here, and we hit apply. Okay, so it's applied now, and it should be fine. Yes, find the default input here. So, uh, in the wake function, we let the p input equal to a new default input, which is like that, and we need to let the p input dot. I think it's gameplay. Yes, gameplay dot. Let me see. Yes, the submit and dot perform. Yes, dot perform. Why it didn't give me a suggestion? Is this one gameplay action? Yes. So where's the perform? Where's it? I don't know why, cause okay, it's kind of weird now. So if I say the submit dot perform plus equal to dialog dot submit, it doesn't give me any arrow showed up, but it just didn't give me any suggestions about it. So uh, let me see. What is the problem? The type of namespace input action map cannot be found. Okay, so the type of namespace input system cannot be found. Okay, so that is the thing. It cannot find the input action namespace, but the Unity engine's input system is right there. I don't know why it cannot find it. So let me just save the file and see how it works, and it still say that's the type of namespace of input action is not fine. Okay, I see why. So in the basic here, we also need to include input system right there. Otherwise, it won't recognize how the thing is. Okay, so this time it should be work gameplay dot submit dot perform. Yes, that's right. And we add equal this dialog dot submit here. Okay, and it, it should be no. Okay, so not overload matches. Okay, I see why. So you see, when this one performed, uh it will pass a value to us, which is this one, the callback context. So if we don't have arguments here to handle that value, it will be arrow. So there's two ways to do that. The first way is we add arguments here, which is the input action. Is that one? We need to still using the Unity engine input system here, and in here we need to use the input action callback context. We call it callback, and we don't need to do anything with this callback, and this will be fine. But there's a second way to do that. We don't need to write down this thing. We can use a lambda expression here, which looks like this. Uh, which is look like this. Yes. And if you don't know what is the lambda expression is, you can just Google it, and or maybe you can just write down things like this, and it should be fine. And for the other two is also is same here, so you can like we make a new uh we make a new, where is it? It's in the basic. We make a new action here. We call it cancel, which is we can cancel the uh cancel the dialog, and we listen to the button B, which is the button east on the gamepad, and then we save it, and we go back to our code. We go to gameplay.cancel.perform, and we plus equal to, and right now we don't have a function to handle that. We can write a function to handle it, which is dialog cancel, and we invoke this function here, which is stopped the dialog, and we put this up to here, and we save, and we go back to Unity, waiting for compiling and start to play, and let us see if it works. Okay, so we hit A. It seems like it didn't work. Why? Because I forgot to let this one be enabled. I think it's just call it enable is fine. Yeah. And also we want to disable it when the token manager is disabled. So we just do this and it will fine. And we go back to Unity again, waiting for compiling. Okay, and we hit play. And we hit A. Okay, you see it works. And if we hit the B and it stop. Okay, so everything is fine. And that's the end of today's tutorial. If you want to know anything further about the PlayText or the input system, for the PlayText you can go to the GitHub, which is inside here. I think is in the PlayText readme, and yes, it shows up the GitHub URL. You can go to that place and check the GitHub wiki, and it will show you some basic things about PlayText. And if you want to know some further things about the input system, you can go to the Unity's official documentations about this thing, uh, which you can Google Unity input systems, yes, and you can see my Google history. Yeah. And you go to the input system Unity menu, and then you can learn about it, and it will told you all the things, all the basic things about it. And okay, that's it. Thanks for your watching, and see you next time.